we have to start return type, I think.
Yeah, yesterday class arguments are complete, right? Exactly.
And there was one assignment also.
Mm, yeah. This today class will go for some method return type concept. Before checking the return type concept, I'll take one example, small example. If you take the class test here, void add method is there. Void add method. Void add method is expecting the arguments like integer number one. Yeah, integer number one comma integer number two, right? Number one comma number two. And see here, I have some instance variables int val1 equal to 10, val1 equal 10, val2 equal 20. This int val1, val2 is what type of variables? I declare these variables are instance level. These are called which variables definitely. Which variables these are? Instance variables, right? Exactly. And if we take this method arguments, definitely method arguments are what type of variables here? Local variables, right? Method arguments are local variables. Then system dot out data, system dot out data, println of. So I want print addition of local data, guys. Local data means what? Num1 plus num2, right? Exactly. Then I want print the addition of instance variable. To print the addition of instance variable, the instance variable data will be val1 plus val2. Yeah, val1 is val2. So val1 plus val2, right? Exactly, guys. That is the information basically. Because I want to call the add method. To call the add method, create the object here. So test t equal to test t equal new test of, we can call the t data add method by passing how many arguments here? Two arguments, 100 comma 200, guys. Guys, this case what is output now? The class test contains just two variables, instance variables, and having an add method. Add method contains the local data. Just inside the method, I'm printing the just addition of local data and addition of instance data. Right? This case what output now? Guys, this case what is the output?
330.
Yeah. First case you'll get the output is like 300. Second case you'll get the output is 30, right? 30. Is this keyword is completed yesterday? I think not completed, right? Yesterday. This keyword.
No, no, no.
Right. Yeah. So you can save this code. Okay. Test.java file. Test.java file. Just open the command prompt. Local disk E. So ls Java. See the application is called what? Test.java. Java C test.java. Then definitely code is compiled fine. So Java the class is called class guys here. Java the class is called test class here. We got the output is 330, right? Yes, we got the output is 300 and what? 30, right? Exactly. Because here this example, local variables, instance variables having the same names or different names. Yes, example one contains the case one. Here local variables and instance variables having the same names or different names.
Different names.
Different names. Here local and instance, yeah, instance variables are having what? Different different names, right? Different names, right? Exactly, guys. Here local and instance variables are having the different names, right? Exactly, that the different names, guys. But the application level, so generally we will take the same names, guys, because if you take the different names, how many variable names you have to take here again? Here two variable names you have to take, and here also you have to two variables. Total, how many variable names required total? We have to
4.
be like four variable names, right? If you take the same names means then how many variable names are required? Just two variable names are right. Exactly. In that case, can I take the variables with the same name, guys? Here val1, val2 is there. Here also val1 comma val2 is there. Then I'm printing simply val1 plus val2, and here also val1 plus val2, right? Exactly. Guys, now application contains local and instance both are same names, right? Both are same names. Then tell me, in this case, the priority goes to which variables by initially? Guys, application contains local variables, instance variables, both are same names. Then the priority goes to which variable?
Instance
Local
variable.
variable.
Local
Local variable.
variable. Priority always goes to which variables, guys? Local data basically. So if the priority goes to local data means then what's the output now? Guys, if the priority goes to
300,
local
300.
data,
300, 300.
300 and 300 is output, right?
300.
Exactly. Then code is compiled fine. Java class is which class guys here? Test class. 300 and 300 is output, right? 300 and 300 as output. Guys, here if the both are having the same names, but by default priority goes to local data. But I want to represent this is my instance data, guys. Then tell me, then how can we represent the instance data? Guys, if both are contain same name,
Creating object.
priority goes to local data. But in this case, to represent the instance data, simply you can use object, right? Guys, simply we can use what? Object or not? Exactly.
Object.
Generally represented the instance data using object, right? Test t equal to what? New test of. Then simply you can call the t dot val1, and here also you can call the t dot val2, right? Exactly, guys. Now if you run the code, definitely code is compiled fine, code executed fine. We got the output is 30, 300 and what? 30, right? Because local variables 300, instance value is 30, right? Exactly, guys. Guys, if both are contain same name, then to represent the instance data, we are using which keyword? We are using what? Object creation, right? Guys, to represent the instance data, we are using object creation. But the small point here is instead of creating this object every time, test is a current class object, right? Instead of creating object, guys, we can represent the current class object in Java using one keyword, which is like this keyword basically. Okay. So which keyword guys here? This keyword. This dot val1. Next one is what? This dot val2, right? Exactly. Guys, in place of object creation, simply we can use which keyword here? This keyword. This is also nothing but what? Object only, guys. Current class object only. Guys, in place of this object creation, simply we can use which keyword here? This keyword, right? This is also nothing but current class object only. Okay. This is also nothing but what? Current class object, right? Yes, are you clear now? Hmm? Exactly. Now if we compile this code is compiled fine, code executed fine. We got the output is 330, 30, right? Guys, 300 and 30 and 30, right? Yeah, that is information, guys. So both are having the same name, then to represent the instance variable, you require the object, guys. But in place of object, it is possible to use which keyword here? This keyword. Okay. And you may ask one question here, sir, in place of object, you said use this keyword, but here inside the main method also we have the object, but in place of this object, can we use this keyword here or not? Guys, here you can use this keyword or not. Here we can use this keyword or not means this is not possible, guys, because it is possible to use this keyword only inside instance methods, guys. Because this is instance variable. So here non-static variable this cannot be referenced from static context, because non-static variable means what? Instance variable, right? So non-static variable this cannot be referenced from which context, guys? Static context, right? It means it is not possible to use this keyword in the static area. Is that clear now? This is bit important cases, guys. Case 2, here mm, local and instance variables are having same names or different names? Same names, right? Exactly, guys. So then what are the conclusion here? So if the application contains, local and instance variables with the same name, in this case, to represent, tell me guys, so represent which variable here? Yes, if the application contains both local and instance variables same name, in this case, to represent the instance data. Okay, in this case, to represent the which variable, guys? Instance data. Use which concept, guys? To represent the instance data, use object name, right? Use object name. Okay, use object name, right? Exactly. And in place of object, okay. So in place of what? In place of object, tell me guys. In place of object, it is possible to use which keyword, guys? Here, guys, in place of object, it is possible to use which keyword here? This keyword, right? Exactly. And this keyword is representing the, okay, this keyword represent, please mute guys, please mute. This keyword represents a current class object, right? This keyword represents what? Current class object or not? Exactly. And inside the static area, tell me guys, inside the static area, this keyword is allowed or not allowed? Inside the static area, okay, this keyword is not allowed, right? Exactly, guys. There's information like this. Guys, if application contains both local and instance with the same names, then you can represent the instance variables using what? Using object name. But in place of object, simply we can use which keyword, guys, here? This keyword. And this is like instance variable. We can use this keyword only inside the instance area. And inside the static area, it is not possible to. Inside the static area, this is not inside the static area. This keyword is allowed, not allowed. Guys, inside the static area, this keyword is allowed or not allowed means definitely which is not allowed, right? Exactly, guys. So guys, this is one of the example. And next one is like next example, method return types concept, guys. Then we will start the methods return type. Okay, guys, method return type, guys. See, every method contains return type, and for Java methods, return type is mandatory, optional, guys. Java methods return type is mandatory. Java methods return type is mandatory, and y represents what? Y represents empty return value, right? Okay, yes or no? Y represents what? Empty return value, right? Exactly, guys. See, for example, in application, you can take the return value here. I can take the class services class here. In the services class, can I take the void? Tell me, guys, void. Can I take the method name is called like simply total bill method? Guys, total bill method is generally expecting how many arguments? Tell me, guys. Total bill method. Total bill method expecting generally how many arguments? The total bill expecting like string, name of the product, guys, product name, something like p name, product name, string, cost of the product,
Quantity.
int sorry, string cost, cost maybe can take which format, guys, here the double format, and int which one here,
Quantity.
yeah, quantity, right? Yeah, quantity of the quantity of the product, guys. See, guys, actually this method I want to take the input. See, for example, in real time, every method, every functionality can take the inputs, right? Can take the inputs. If you give like product ID, product cost, product quantity as input, I will calculate that bill, and I will return the bill as a output to you, right? I will return the bill, guys, basically to return the bill. So to calculate the bill here, can I take the bill variable here? Bill equal to what? Cost star quantity, right? Cost star what? Quantity. Yes, cost is what type of data? Double type. Quantity is what type of data? Yes, cost is what type of data means double type. Quantity is what type of data? Int type. Double star int means return type. The value is what type of data? Yes, double star quantity int. Double dot int means then you have to take the data is a double format, right? Double bill we have to take. Then bill equal to cost star quantity. Then we have to return which value, guys, here? Bill value, right? Guys, we have to return which value? Bill value or not? Then we have to return the bill value, right? Exactly. The return type, what the type we have to take here? Double type, right? Yes or no? This every method, it can take the inputs and it can process the data. After processing, they'll return some acknowledgement, right? Definitely. Guys, they'll return some acknowledgement or not? They'll return some acknowledgement, right? Exactly, guys. The same way, he's taking the product name, product cost, product quantity, and he's calculating the bill, and he return the bill, right? He return the bill, guys. The first method, basically. And if we take one more method like static method, static, the method name is called product order. Product order. Okay, there is a total bill method. The second one is a product order method. Product order means generally we are going to order some product means, see, guys, when you order some product, you are giving like product ID, product name, product cost, quantity, and the billing address, location, right? Location. Once you are submitting these all the details, once order is placed, they'll return some ID number, right? Order tracking ID, right? Yes or no? They'll place some order ID or not? They'll give some order ID or the tracking ID, right? Exactly. That's what here I can take the string. So name of the product, string name of the product, and location of the data, and int cost of the product, guys. Int cost, right? Exactly. Guys, just I'm doing like if condition here. If cost is greater than 100 rupees, what I will do, if the cost is greater than 100 rupees, simply I can return the product ID 12345, something like this. Some static number I return here 12345, right? Exactly. And the product cost is like cost is less than 500, greater than 100 rupees. This is a number. And if the order value is like if the order value is like, just tell me. I calculated the how the cost. Guess 1 second, please. Yes, can you hear me? Yeah. See guys, I taken the product order method and it is taking like string name and location and the cost of the data. Just I'm taking the cost is greater than 100 rupees. Right? I want return that number like product ID number, order ID number like 1234, 12345. So if less than 100 means I want return the data like 9876. Some values like this guys. Just I took into two methods basically. One is like total bill method and second one is like our product order method. And I want to call those methods guys. So class we can take the test client code. This is like client code, right? This is a client code who acts in the data here. So public, yeah, public static void main, a public static void main. So you can write the string array RGS, right? Open brace, close brace. Then tell me guys here. First I want to call the total bill method. If the total bill is instance static method, total bill is the instance method. To call the instance method, first you have to create the object services as equal to what new services of new service of s dot the method is called what total bill method, right? Exactly. Guess the total bill is expecting what how many arguments, just you have to check that argument, we have to pass those arguments first. Product name, product cost, product quantity, right? Exactly. Yes, I want to pass the name of the product is a pen. I'm purchasing a pen here, and the cost of the product is like 12.5, and quantity of the product is what some I need the 7 pens basically. Good guess. When you call the method by passing the inputs, when we call the method by passing inputs, and see guys, actually this is a basically like service. This service is written by someone. So the service is written by someone that can take the input, and they return the data, right? Exactly. Now total bill method returns what it returns here. The total bill method returns the double data, right? Exactly. You can call the method guys, and the method what it returns, just you can store the data using double variable, right? Double D variable guys. That's it. Then you can print the data. Otherwise double. You guys always try to give the meaningful names. I'm taking the double bill, right? Double bill, right? Exactly. Then system dot out dot print enough. So your total bill is your total bill. Your total bill, tell me guys, plus I can write the data like bill, right? Exactly guys. That's fine. Then you can call this method, you can run this code once. So Java C, yeah, Java C test dot Java code is compiled fine. Invalid method declaration return type is required. See guys, product order is return type. What type of data I want written here? Integer data, right? So that please take this method return type is integer, right? Guys, take the method return type is what? Integer, because I written the product ID, right? Sorry, order ID, right? Exactly. Then you can compile this code. Code is compiled fine. Code is compiled fine. You want to execute the test client code. You can please execute the test client class, right? Java, the class is called what? Test client guide. As you can see, your total bill is how much here? 87.5. Why 87.5? Yeah, 7 pence, right? 7 pence almost 87 rupees, right? 87.5 guys. Yes or no? 87.5, right? Exactly. So like that guys, just you can call the method by passing inputs, and whatever the data which written by method, that we have to hold the data and we have to print the data, right? Exactly. What about second method guys? I want to call the product order method, and the product order is the instance of static method. How can we call the static using guys? How can I call the static method using class name, right? Product order. Tell me guys, product order expecting how many arguments? Name of the product. I'm going to order like shirt. So shirt, the location is like I want to give like Hyderabad, and the third one is what I want to give the cost basically. Cost assume like I give the 300 rupees. So guys, once you have passed me inputs, they'll return the tracking ID, right? Then you can store the tracking ID. So order ID, order ID, right? Order ID equal to something like this. Guys, just you can print that value here. The system dot the system dot out dot printer enough. Then guys, your order ID is something like this. Your your order ID is, you can write the plus what order ID, right? Exactly, guys. Guys, I hope you got the clarity now how to handle the return values. This is the way how can we handle the return values in Java, guys. So always the method expecting some inputs and processing the data, they return some values. Then you can hold the value, you can check the what type of value they're returning and what the data acknowledgement, what the acknowledgement they're returning, right? Just to try to check the what the acknowledgement they returns. Is any questions, please? This is example one about the return type, guys. But Yeah, example 1 about the return type and example 2. And if I go for the example 2, I will go for some cases, guys.
Sir,
Tell me, sir.
sir, can we use this keyword for calling methods in instant within instant method?
You can call, no problem. This is like current class object, right? So inside instance method, when we call the method, we can use this keyword also, no problem. Hmm?
Okay, thank you.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Without return, we can call the directly bill, right? That also printed, no?
No, see, think at the application level, project level. The services are written by one person. Basically, the APIs are written by one person. Assume like SMS,
Right.
like WhatsApp API is there. The API, the services are written by one person, like just like methods written by one person. That can be used by same person. That can be used by some consumed by some other persons. Because definitely that can be
Other
used
person
by other
also.
person, right? Other person, like in that case, assume like I design one service like total bill. You are the client to me. You are accessing my method. When you are accessing my method, what the inputs you are giving? You are giving like product name, cost,
What time?
quantity, right? Then what I have to do? I
Correct.
have to take your inputs. I have to process the data, right? After
Correct.
processing, definitely I have to return some total bill to you. I want return some total bill to the color person, right? Like you.
Yeah, what I am ordered.
Mm-hmm. It's clear, right? And that's what
Yeah.
always the method expecting the return values only. Because
So
once
different user, where different input they are giving at the time they will give different. That's what
yeah,
we are
they'll give
providing
the
return.
different inputs they'll give, they'll process the data. After processing, definitely they have written some acknowledgement, right? Okay, this is the inputs you've given. I processed. After processing, this is the resultant value for your input. I have to get the resultant value, right?
Correct.
To give the resultant value only, you can go for return type. Yesterday class, I taken only arguments without return type, right? Void. But the project level, you can
Yeah.
expect every method contains some return value because after processing the data, definitely has to return some acknowledgement to you, right?
Correct.
Mm.
Okay.
Guys, any
Thanks.
questions? Yeah, so like that case one, guys. We'll go for some cases here, important cases. You try to check the case one now. I can take the class name is called test class. Guys, case one. For Java methods, return type is mandatory optional. This we done yesterday already. For Java method, return type is mandatory. And void represents empty return value, right? Exactly, guys. Guys, here I taken return type of M1 is what? Guys, M1 return type is what? Integer, right? If the method is having return type other than void, guys. If the method is having return type other than void, then you must return the value using return statement. But here I'm returning any value here. I'm not returning any value, right? If you are not returning any value, then you will get the error message like missing return statement, guys. That was the conclusion one, missing what? Return statement, right? Exactly. Okay, the conclusion one is what? If the method is having return type, okay. If the method is having, yeah, method is having, if the method is having return type, guys. If the method is having return type other than void, if the method is having return type other than void, so then must return the value using return statement, guys. Yes, if the method is having return type other than void, then must return the value using return statement, right? Must return the value using what? Return statement, right? Exactly. Otherwise compiler generates so otherwise compiler generates what? Error, right? Exactly, guys. That is basically case one. Hmm? Good. And if we take the case two, coming to the case two here, anyhow I will write return the return statement here. But inside the method, guys, the return statement must be the last statement. For example, assume like here we have some SOP statements here, the system dot out the println of Ratan here. So if you compile this code, this is compiled fine, not a problem because here return statement is the last statement, right? It's not a problem. But if you put the return statement in the middle of the data and starting point and all, middle of the data starting point, then definitely you'll get the error message, guys. What is error? Once after this return statement, if you have any code, because once the method return the data, it won't execute the next. It won't to take this data, guys. It won't. The control won't go to this place means then this area is called which area here definitely. unreachable statement, right? Guys, this data is called what? Unreachable statement, right? Then what is the conclusion here? Inside the method, return type must be, guys, inside the method return statement must be last statement, right? Exactly. So otherwise, after return statement, this data is reachable, unreachable, guys, unreachable data, right? Exactly. So inside the method, yeah, inside the method, return statement must be, yeah, tell me guys, inside the method, return statement must be what? Last statement, right? Guys, last statement. Otherwise, you get error message, right? Exactly. And the case 3, guys. Anyhow, I written the last statement, return statement. It's fine. But here I written the 2 return statements, guys. Inside the method, yeah, inside the method, multiple return statements allowed or not allowed here? Guys, inside the method, multiple return statements are allowed or not allowed? I written the 2 return statements right here. 2 return statements allowed or not allowed means not allowed, guys, because after first return, guys, always after first returns, remain data is unreachable data. See here, it's saying like unreachable data. Which one is unreachable statement? Tell me, guys. Return 20 is unreachable statement, right? Guys, no. Return 20 is what? Unreachable statement, right? Exactly, guys. So inside the method, it is possible to use how many return statements, guys? Guys, inside the method, it is possible to use how many return statements? Only one return, right? Inside the method, yeah, inside the method, it is possible to use. It is possible to. Tell me, guys, it is possible to use only one return statement, right? Only one return. Okay, only one return statement, right? Exactly. Guys, you may ask one question here, sir. Here two returns are there, but here two returns are there, but runtime, based on the if condition, it may be true or it may be false, right? So it at a time it will be execute how many return statements? There's only one return statement, right? Exactly. As I said, no. Here this is if else condition, right? If else condition means it returns only one value, right? Exactly. The same way, so inside the method, multiple return statements. Inside the method, it is possible to use only one return statement, right? That's a case 3, guys. And if you go for the case 4 here, for method for return, guys, the method can return the multiple values or not. 10, 20, 30. Guys, is that method can return the multiple values? Guys, the method can return the multiple values or not? Method can return the
No.
multiple values means definitely no, right? Actually, this is support in the Python, guys. That's what I'm taking this point. The method can return the multiple values means definitely no, right? Method can return only. Method can return, yeah, can return only, yeah, only one value, right? Method can return only one value, guys. Yeah, good. This case 1 is what? So method is the method is having return type other than void. Other than void means integer, float, double ed return type is there. You must return the value using return statement. Otherwise, compile generates error message, right? Exactly. Next one is what? Inside the method return statement must be. Guys, inside the method return statement must be last statement, right? Exactly. Inside the method, it is possible to use only one return statement, and the method can return so many values, guys. The method can return only one value, right? Exactly. And if you go for the case 5 now, case 5, see guys, int m1 is there. Int m1 return the data like 10, just 10 it returns, guys. 10 returning. Then I can take the main method. Syntax of main method is what? Public static void main. Yeah, public static void main. So you can write the string array RGS, open brace, close brace. Public static void main string array RGS, open brace, close brace. Here I want to call that method, guys. So test t equal to new test of. I simply am calling t.m1, right? Exactly. Guys, I called t.m1, but m1 returns what type of data here? Guys, m1 returns what type of data? The m1 can returns what type of data means integer. Integer. Yeah, but here I didn't hold the data, guys. Didn't hold the data means if I didn't hold the data, is that code is compiled or not? Code is compiled or not? Because this method return the value, but I didn't hold the value, but I'm trying to compile the code. Code is compiled fine, code executed fine. We got output is Ratan, right? Because I called m1 method means Ratan is printed, and even it returns the value. But we are holding or not holding that value? Guys, we are holding or not holding that value? We are not holding, right? Exactly.
We are not holding the value.
Yeah, it says like holding the return value is mandatory, optional.
It is optional.
Yeah,
Optional.
return value is optional, right? Optional but recommended, right? See, you're giving some inputs to the product order. They are taking your order. They are giving order ID. If you are not interested, you can ignore. But they will give the ID means just it's recommended to take the ID, right? Recommended to take the order ID, right? Exactly. So holding the return value is mandatory, optional, guys. If someone return the value means you no need to hold that value is mandatory, right? So holding the return value is optional. Holding the yeah, holding the method return value is not mandatory, guys, optional, but recommended, right? Exactly, guys. Guys, that point is clear. If we didn't hold the value also, we will not get any errors basically. But recommended to hold the value, recommended to check the test status of the method, right? Exactly. That's the case number 5, guys. And case 6. And one more case you can take. The case 6 will be just I want return the data like this. Return 10, that's it, guys. So yes, return 10, I'm calling M1 method. M1 method returns what? Assume like, can you make this is a static method so that I can call using class name, right? So I can call like test.m1 method. Test.m1 method returns what type of data? Yes, test.m1 returns what type of data? Integer data. Integer data means what? I can hold that number value, the system dot out dot print now. Can I print the return value number, right? Can I print the return value? Return value plus we can print the number, right? Exactly, guys. That is information basically. Here what we are doing is we are holding the return values, then you are printing, right? Exactly. But see, if you are not interested to hold the value, print the value, no sir, I want directly print the value. If you want to print the directly value without holding, directly I want print the data. Without holding, if you want print the directly data, here simply can write return value test dot you can call M1 method, guys. When we call the method using print statement, okay, when we call the method using print statement, what the method returns, that value directly printed, right? Guys, what is the method returns? That value directly printed. Yeah, so test.m1 is the data, right? Exactly. See guys, you can hold the value, we can print the value. That is a one way. Another way is what? Directly you can call the method using print statement. When we call the method using print statement, when we call the method when we call the method using print statement, when we call the method using print statement, that value directly printed, right? Exactly, guys. Any approach is fine, it's not a problem. And code is compiled fine. So Java the class is which class, guys? Here test class. We got output return value 10 and return value 10, right? Exactly. Guys, first case what we are doing, holding the return value, and printing, right? Holding return value and printing. What about second case here? Second case is like directly printing the return value, right? Directly printing the return value. Anyone is fine, guys. If you want, you can hold it and print it. The second one is what? Directly also we can print it, right? Directly also we can print it. That's a case 6, guys. Guys, total return type like conclusion like total case 6 cases we done. First case is like method is having return type other than void, then you must return the value, otherwise you'll get error message. And the return type must be the last statement, and it is possible to use only one return statement. If you use the multiple return statements, then what happens, guys? After first return statement, the remaining data will be unreachable data, guys. After first return, the remaining data will be unreachable data, right? Exactly. The method can return only one value, guys. And the case 5 is holding return value is optional. Holding return value is optional, but is always recommended to hold the value, check the status of the method. And the case 6 is what? We can hold the value, we can print the value. Otherwise, directly can print the value using return. Directly can print the value. When we call the method using print statement, guys. When we call the method using print statement, then what the method returns, that value directly printed, right? That value directly printed, right? Exactly, guys. Yes, any questions, please? Yeah, it's basically return values, guys. I can take one more example, example 3. This example 3 very simple here. Just to tell me the points, I'll do modifications. Good. So can I take this is instance method, M1 return type is integer, but I have one instance variable, guys, int a equal to 10. Instance variable, I have one local variable also, integer a. Just I want returns what a value. Yes, just I want returns what a value. If I return a value, test.m1 method I called. Otherwise, you can create the object for this one. Test t equal to test t equal to what? New test. Test t equal to new test. Then you can call the t.m1. T.m1 what it returns, guys? Integer data. Then I'm holding the data, I'm printing the data, right? Exactly. Guys, this case what the output now? I think my application contains this is instance variable. This is an instance variable, and method argument is which variable, guys? Here method argument is a local variable, right? Yeah, instance variable and local variable. If application contains instance variable and local variable, then tell me, guys, then what is the output now? Guys, what is the output now?
Error.
Why? So t.m1 is calling the, when you call the method, guys, the method expecting how many arguments? One argument means definitely here we have to pass that argument, right? It's not a problem. Then guys, this case what output now?
100.
Yeah, the priority goes definitely which variable, guys? If application contains local variable and an instance variable, then the priority definitely goes to which variable? Priority goes
Local
to
variable.
local variable, right? Local variable value is how much here? 100, right? That's what this example returns. What the value here? Code is compiled, fine. Code executed, fine. It returns the value is how much, guys? Here 100 is the value, right? Exactly. So there's a case one, guys. If application contains both local and instance, if the application contains if the application contains both local and instance, then we say application contains both local and instance, then it returns which value, guys? Then it returns local value, right? Yeah, then it returns simply local value, guys. It's fine. And if we take the case 2 is assume like there is no local data, guys. It's very small points, guys, but very very important application level. But there is no local data here. If there is no local data means I returned a. I returned a means priority goes to which variable, guys? Here simply, guys, priority goes to which variable? Instance variable, right? Priority goes to instance variable means then what it returns now? It returns simply 10 or not? Guys, yes or no? Previously, application contains both variable, then the priority goes to local data. But here there is no local data, right? If there is no local variable, if there is no local variable, then it returns. Tell me, guys, then it returns which data here? Then it returns which data, guys? Here instance data, right? Exactly. That's a case 2, guys. And if we take the case 3, see, guys, now case 3 application contains both. If application contains both means priority goes to which variable? Guys, if application contains both, priority goes to which variable? Priority goes to
Local variable.
local variable, right? But I want return the
Local
instance.
variable.
But I want return the instance variable. Then tell me, guys, then how can we return the
This
instance variable? To return the instance variable,
this
simply I can use
This
this.
variable.
Simply I can use this queue, right? Exactly. Simply I can use what? This queue, right? Yeah, simply can call like this data, this dot here, right? That's all, guys. Then you can compile this code is compiled, fine. Code executed, fine. We got output return value is 10, right? Exactly. So returning the data, guys. If application contains both local data, instance data, priority goes to local data. If there is no local data, priority goes to instance data. Then priority goes to instance data. But if the application contains both, then the priority goes to if the application contains both local and instance, both local and instance variable, then it returns which data, guys? Here local value. But to return which value, guys? Here instance data. But to return the instance data, use which keyword here? This keyword, right? Use which keyword, guys? This keyword, right? That's all, guys. Guys, this is a way how can we handle the return types basically. The first example today class we discussed this keyword, and the method return type first example is like method return the data, and example 2 we discussed some cases, almost all 6 cases we discussed. After 6 cases, next one we done like one more example like return the data local and instance variable, right? Local versus what? Instance variables. Guys, any questions please? That's all for the return type, guys. We'll meet in tomorrow class.
so,
We'll think about the
and
constructor.
for any assignment.
Assignment, that is your task. I am the manager. I'll give the task. You have to complete the task. That's it.
No, I mean assignment for today.
Assignment for today, na? Today, no assignments. Right?
Yes. Okay, sir. Can you look into yesterday's assignment? I'm facing some issue.
So Java, the top, what the class notes link is Java 9 a.m. Huh?
9 a.m.
Okay.
Yes.
What the issue, man?
Can you go to Smart tab?
1 second. Let me place the class notes first.
Java class.
Yeah, whether it's day 4 return type, right? Exactly. And tomorrow is day 5, guys. On the day 5, we will discuss about the topic is like constructors part. Tomorrow we'll start the constructors. Next 2 days we'll go with the constructors part. It's fine. Sir, Rani, tell me, Rani. This is your example, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what is happening, sir?
I'm not.
Not this one. Not this one. The last one, sir.
Tell me, Rani, why you're not audible? 1 second, let me unmute. What do you mean by current class object? What do you mean current class object means current class object? Rani, current class object means this is object, test class object. This is the current class, right? Current class means the particular class. Generally, this class object you are creating test t equal new test, right? This is like current class object. Who is the current? This is the current class, right? That particular class is called current class. Okay. That particular class is called current class. Yeah. What is man? Where is your question? Come
Sir,
down.
scroll down.
I think
Yes.
this is the last one,
So,
right?
so sir, this one, yes, last one, sir.
It's above data also there.
So,
No, right?
yes, sir.
Why you taken the data from end user?
Sir, I thought of using this from the scanner class.
Okay, fine. Where is the issue?
Sir, my second condition is not, first condition is not getting executed in voter. I mean, not eligible. Every time I get not eligible.
Vote register method, age should be greater than 817 years. Location W equal Hyderabad. You are eligible simply. What means to execute your method, you have to cross these all values again. Yeah, vote register method. You won't. You are saying this method is not executing. If condition is
Instead
not
of is equal, he provided equal to equal.
exactly.
EK provided. Yeah.
Here you
Is
can use the
equal.
dot equals, man, Usman. Simply.
Not equal.
Don't use the equals method. The equals method, it will compare the data internally memory addresses, not data. That's what you try to compare the equals method. Then you get the clarity. Try that approach, and if it is not working, tomorrow definitely it will work. It's not a problem. Guys, when you compare the string data, don't use the double equal to operator. Try to use the equals method. There is an equals.
So, sir, this double equals we use in which case, sir?
I said only multiple times. I said that point, Usman. Double equal is meant for only primitive data. Double equal is only for the primitive data, and string is not a primitive; it is a class. That's what you have to use the equals method to process the data.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Good. For simple question, if the class name has a parameter names. Yeah, exactly. That is important, man. Class name is a parameter. That I'll discuss OOPS concepts first today. A big example I'll write. How the class names are parameters, because in the real time arguments always parameters are objects only, right? Not integer, float and doubles, right? Most of the cases. How can we handle the objects as a parameters? That example I will tell you as part of OOPS concepts. Yeah, guys, tomorrow we'll meet. Bye.
Okay, thank you, sir.